We're outside the Santiago Bernabeu and Rahul is back on our channel. You guys have seen him before. First of all, I'd like to welcome him and wish him a very happy birthday.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's been a good one so far. Yeah,
Man, good one so far. What a better way than to see a knocker tie like this in a semi-final and spend your birthday.
yeah. I mean, I came here thinking it would be kind of Real Madrid seeing out the 1-0 lead, maybe taking the lead and Real Sociedad not coming back into it. But then to see 4-4 extra time, just one of the craziest games I've ever been to. I've been to a lot of games as well, and yeah, it's been. That was a really good experience, I'd say. There's a lot to dissect about the game, so yeah, we should get into
We start with that. First of all, the whole overall performance. I think obviously there is a thing about us in the knockout stages of any competition. You find a way, especially at the Bernabeu. But in my opinion, they were complacent. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I think there was a really big difference in motivation between the two sides, because obviously going into this game, Real Sociedad had their season on the line. They got knocked out of Europa. They're not going to make the European competition in La Liga. This was their last chance this season. And meanwhile, Real Madrid have got a lot of tough games. They've got Valencia at home on Saturday and then Arsenal in the Champions League. And so I think Ancelotti saw this as a kind of chance to rotate a bit. And we saw that with the Lunin coming in, with Rudiger dropping to the bench and Mbappe dropping to the bench. And I think that set the wrong tone in a way. Because, yeah, Real Madrid came into the game a bit complacent, thinking, yeah, we're 1-0 up, Real Sociedad not playing well, and they maybe thought, just like I did, that they'd see it out. And suddenly they found themselves 1-0 down, 2-1 down, and alarm bells are ringing.
Alarm bells were ringing, and there are a lot of concerns, especially in that minute when they went up, and I was like, I just hope they don't collapse, because it's not something that obviously Copa del Rey is not something you associate Real Madrid with, even though we've won it, like say 20 times. Yeah, 20 times. But what happened was really like just uncomfortable to say. But we'll start with the goals and from Endrick, man. Endrick, because the fact that he had a great goal made by Vinny Jr. I think he crafted 2 goals. But if I tell you that Endrick, Bobby, has say 5 goals in the Copa del Rey, the maximum Real Madrid player has scored since Cristiano Ronaldo in 2012-13.
That's crazy. And yeah, at half time I thought Endrick was best player on the pitch. And it says it all that with all the senior players still in the side today, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., Lucas Vazquez, it was Endrick, the teenager, who showed them all up. He was the one who stepped up to the plate when Real Madrid were 1-0 down. And I think it says a lot about the senior Real Madrid players. I thought Lucas Vazquez had a shocking game. Yeah. I thought Camavinga as well, really poor left back. Tchouameni, not amazing.
Got the goal though.
Yeah, he got the goal which everyone thought would be, okay, that's
enough,
that.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's extra time. So I think there was a lot of complacency. I think after each time Real Madrid took the lead, maybe there was a feeling of, okay, it's job done. And a lot of people leaving as soon as Tchouameni scored, thinking it's done. And suddenly you've got half an hour extra. So I think there was a lot of complacency overall. And yeah, it was Endrick, it was
I think Rudiger, and I feel one of the senior players who actually controlled the game when he came in was Luka Modric.
Yes.
He kind of gave that balance that the team needed to see out the game, especially like in extra time. There's a sense of balance, especially when Rudiger scores. We're seeing out the game, and Modric is key to that.
Yeah, I thought Real Madrid had very little control in midfield throughout the game. And Martin Zubimendi on the other team, I thought he gave Real Sociedad a lot of control. And there's a reason why Real Madrid want to sign him this summer. And as soon as Modric came on, he steadied that midfield a lot. And he actually put in more of an effort tracking back than some of the other players who started. And I think that was a huge difference. And when it was half-time extra time and Brahim Diaz and Arda Güler came on, I thought maybe that would give Real Madrid a few fresh ideas going forward that they needed. Because a lot of the time I really wasn't impressed with Vinny Jr. today. Like, I need to see again, maybe he got the assists.
2 assists though, like 2 great assists, I'll give him to that. And he was individually made those 2 goals. Even the finish by Jude, that pass was brilliant.
Yeah.
And the turn and the way he beat the man. But there were a lot of questionable things that he did today as well.
Yeah, I think the decision making in the final third really wasn't him at his best. And he hasn't been at his best for a while. Like, he's capable of so much more. And yeah, at times, even at the end, when Real Madrid was trying to kind of seal the lead after Rudiger's goal, when Mbappe and Vinny both ran through. They're both kind of running into each other.
Yeah.
Vinny clearly looked frustrated. He wanted to get on the end of it and score and end the kind of talk about him. But yeah, it was both of them. They weren't in tandem. And it summed up Real Madrid in a way where got the job done, but there's so many questions after the game like that.
Yeah, man. And one of the major questions that I have, Camavinga, man, shocking display. I think Fran Garcia should have come on much before. And I kind of feel that when Fran Garcia came in, he kind of impacted the game way better than Camavinga did. The Real Sociedad exploited the left wing back, like the wing side, way too much because they knew Vinny won't come back and Camavinga had to do it all alone.
Yeah, I thought Kubo really terrorised Camavinga, and it's not that bad in terms of Kubo's a good player. A lot of left backs have struggled against him, but Camavinga, everything he did in possession, I thought he was terrible. There was a lot of passes just going straight out of play. He tried to invert at times, but it just wasn't working. He was running straight into danger. There was no link between him and Vinny on the left. And yeah, going forward, I think Fran Garcia should definitely be. I think that cemented his place in the team for the Champions League.
Oh man, hope so. David Alaba, I think probably that would be the worst professional performance by David Alaba in his career. And I don't think he had like successive injuries. It's a long road ahead for him if he wants to be a starter again.
Yeah, and I think Raul Asensio and Rudiger, they've cemented themselves as the starters, really. And Alaba had a chance to come in just after his injury. I think the own goals are a bit harsh to blame him for. It's unlucky the deflections coming off him. But he just looks so bad having 2 goals in one game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't help at all. And especially big games coming in. It's Valencia coming in. And then the big game, Arsenal. One good thing with respect to Arsenal that I saw was we scored from set pieces. Now, we haven't been scoring from set pieces this season. We've been conceding way too. I think today also, Oyarzabal, he scored from a set piece. And Arsenal are known for set pieces. And I think that's a thing they would want to, spoil, take advantage of and, damage.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal's biggest strength is their set-piece attacking. And with Mikel Merino up front as well, he's scored against Rudiger in the air before at the Euros. That's a real one to keep an eye on. And all season long, I think that's been Real Madrid's biggest weakness. And today as well, letting Oyarzabal, who is about as tall as me, letting him score from a set-piece when you're already in the lead, I think that is absolutely criminal from Real Madrid. And if you do that against Saliba, Gabriel, Merino, it's not going to end well.
The only thing I hope is I saw that Gabriel might be injured because what happened today against Fulham. But positives to take, the mentality. They never, even when they were pushed against the wall, they got the result. That is what they do. The legacy, the glory has been built on that. We saw it today again. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think it comes from some players. I think Rudiger came on and delivered the winning moment. And I think he was so much more determined to win than a lot of the other Real Madrid players. And when it comes to rotation, I think Ancelotti has been criticised a lot for not playing a lot of these players. And when it comes to Endrick, yeah, I agree. I think he should be playing a lot more. But when some of them are given a chance and they just come in so complacent, then you can understand why Ancelotti doesn't want to drop someone like Rudiger. And yeah, I think the mentality, again, it's Madrid. They come back from the dead to somehow win at the Bernabeu. And it doesn't matter how well or badly they play, they will find a way to do it. And someone will always step up to do it. And today that was Rudiger. But yeah, I think there are questions about the mentality now in terms of why were they so complacent? Why were they in a position where Rudiger needs to be coming on to score in the 120th minute? And yeah, it goes back to what I said before, where the difference in motivation between Real Sociedad and Real Madrid I think that was really apparent tonight, actually, yeah.
Definitely. And before you go, who was your man of the match today and why?
It's a tough one to say. I was really impressed with Endrick, even though it ended up being someone else who made the difference at the end. Just the way he moved, like the overhead kick attempt in the first half, his goal was taken so well, the chip, the composure. He doesn't play like a teenager. He plays like someone who's been in this Real Madrid team for a very long time. And if I had to pick a Real Madrid player who stood out, I think it would be him. Overall, I was impressed with Real Sociedad in terms of I was impressed with Sucic and Zubimendi in midfield. I thought they really caused Tchouaméni and Camavinga Valverde. I thought it caused him a lot of problems.
It was evident the problems and even the greatness by Enric. Thank you so much for joining us today outside the Bernabeu. Guys who are listening to the conversation, give him a follow. La Liga London, that's his Twitter name. And Instagram also. Give him a follow and wish you a happy birthday again.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
And thank you so much for doing this.